At the City Hall tonight, Mayor Paul Young announced sweeping changes to his top cabinet members who specifically deal with the city's finances. Action News 5's Joyce Peterson is live outside City Hall tonight with all the details. Joyce.
Yeah, Andrew, 2 years into his four-year term, and right after this year's budget session ended, Memphis Mayor Paul Young making bold changes tonight. His CFO and COO, both of whom served under Mayor Jim Strickland's administration, are leaving, and their replacements face huge responsibilities at a time when Memphis's economic vitality is hanging on by a thread. The City of Memphis website may still list their pics and bios, but Chief Operating Officer Antonio Adams
we will and can address.
And Chief Financial Officer Walter Person
puts us in a bad spot.
Are out. Chris Winton, an executive with 25 years of HR experience at FedEx, Tesla, and Comcast, is the city's new Chief Operating Officer. Art Davis.
So we're trying to get to a 7 to 10 day cycle.
Is the city's new Chief Financial Officer. Davis previously served as Chief Operating Officer and Chief Financial Officer of Memphis River Parks Partnership, the nonprofit that rebuilt Tom Lee Park. Davis managed more than $85 million in construction projects, securing millions in federal and state grants. Mayor Young says of his new appointees, together, the appointments strengthen the city's executive leadership team as the administration enters its next phase of delivering results for Memphis residents. Young's team faces an uphill battle. A recent report from economic think tank, the Milken Institute, ranks Memphis at the bottom of the best performing cities index. The Bluff City coming in at 205 out of 206 cities for economic vitality. Data shows Memphis struggles with economic growth, job creation, and neighborhood well-being. Memphis City Councilman J.B. Smiley, reacting to the new appointment, says staffing changes are the mayor's prerogative. My hope is simply that these changes ultimately strengthen city government and lead to better outcomes for the people of Memphis. And Councilwoman Jerry Green telling Action News 5, I'm very optimistic about the future, including the appointment of Art Davis, whom I know to be an excellent choice. I look forward to connecting with the rest of the new appointees. All right, other changes include the city engineer, Manny Balin, is retiring. His replacement, Greg Dotson, a Memphian, comes to city government from Gresham Smith, a private engineering firm headquartered in Nashville. And you heard Councilwoman Green mention John Zana. He is currently the Chief of Development and Infrastructure. He was also deeply involved in the Memphis 3.0 plan, the development for the city moving forward. He is leaving the administration, but he will remain on as a consultant. Mayor Young's appointees do need to be confirmed by the City Council. Reporting live in downtown Memphis outside City Hall tonight, I'm Joyce Peterson. Andrew, back to you.